this summer, Kristen Scholler was on the ground at Uncharted's annual summit in Southampton, an event that brought together some of the biggest investors and entrepreneurs across a variety of different industries. Rohan, Shah, founder and chief revenue officer at Extend, explained how his product and shipping protection platform is giving retailers and brands a boost, as well as what in particular drew him to this year's event. Check it out.
So I'm good friends with Noah, and so I was excited to kind of join and support him and the organization he's built, which is pretty amazing. But even more than that, just like meeting great people, coming to an amazing venue at Michael's house, which is beautiful. Interacting with founders, investors, as you said, but also just making friends, honestly. It's really nice to be with like-minded people who you can learn from and get to know and have some fun with.
And it's a great venue to do that, right?
Unbelievable venue. Waiting to get to the beach right now.
Yeah, the beach is next on the list,
Exactly.
for sure. Let's talk about your company, Extend. What does it do and what problem are you trying to solve?
Totally. So we started the company about 7 years ago, and our whole focus was how do you help retailers and brands drive profitability? And so we do that through a couple of different avenues. One is we build services products based on sort of an insurance backend, things like Apple Care, but for a broad set of retailers. So we offer those products to consumers to help them take care of their products and make sure they get serviced if anything goes wrong. But more recently on the back end, what we're focused on is really mitigating the amount of like fraud, abuse, and issues that customers are having. So if you look at last year in the United States, there was about $110 billion worth of returns fraud. That could be anything like my sister buying 5 different products and returning all of them after she uses them, or people who are actually more organized crime, who are looking to defraud some of these brands. And so we really focus on identifying those customers and making sure that they get a bad experience and don't take advantage of the brand, while good customers get an amazing experience.
Interesting. And where do you want to take this company?
You know, I always dreamed as a little kid of building a public business, so I would always say that's always the dream and the goal. I was lucky enough to have 2 parents that actually started a company and took it public themselves, and so that's always been the gold standard for me. But look, I got to do right by my shareholders and my employees also, so we're always looking for what a great outcome can look like for the business and finding a place where it can continue to scale and our product can continue to add value to our customers.
So, and I also see that you have a family office, so I want to talk a bit about what you're seeing right now in the investing landscape, in addition, of course, to founding a company.
Totally. I guess I have to say AI now, right? So obviously we as a family office are pretty opportunistic. We've always invested in businesses we've built ourselves, but really look for great founders in most cases and are pretty agnostic in terms of the type of business it is. So we've looked at stuff across mining and oil and gas all the way to consumer products, but our bread and butter is really around technology. And so when we think about technology investing for us, what's really important is understanding the actual legitimacy of the products themselves, what sort of value they create for folks, but then also being principled from a valuation perspective. Being someone from San Francisco, valuations can get pretty crazy at times, and so we always pride ourselves on being really principled and understanding what's the real traction, what's the real runway, and not necessarily always buying into sort of the hype cycles that exist.
Yeah. So you mentioned the beach is next on your list. Any other takeaways that you're hoping to get here at Uncharted?
You know, honestly, like, I think the most important part about an event like this is just the people and the quality of people. I have not bumped into someone that wasn't interesting to talk to yet, and so I hope to continue to bump into people as I head to the beach. But in terms of takeaways, like just learning from people who have really different and unique experiences, and I love learning about people's backgrounds as well, and so understanding where they're from, how they got to where they are today, is just exciting and it's interesting, and so it kind of piques my curiosity and gets the wheels turning. So it's been really fun.